you have the spondylolisthesis, that is, this is moving forward of that. And you had the disc space here was very limited. And here, and a little, you're seeing the bottom of this and the top of that, and they're close together, but it's hard to tell how close because you have that kind of effect happening as well. And here's the front view. And what you see here is if you do a plumb line, it starts off straight, and then you twist off to, this is the right side, you twist off to the right.
Now, is that scoliosis?
Yes.
Okay.
This hip's a little higher, that's a little lower. Just the same sort of torquing happening. And that's what we saw when I said you could see the bottom of this and the top of this.
Yeah.
What we're seeing is the side view of that, where it is twisting. And what you can't see on X-ray is the amount that it just, you know, I would wail on you, and every once in a while they get a little bit of sound or something.
Right.
But that's why I was impressed when I saw how flexible you were in the video.
Good.
We could see that the tendency is the same, but this is actually less scoliosis than that. You had a little bit of a bone spur, and it's gotten a little bigger here. But torque is about the same. I mean, basically, if you can stay the same for 11 years, you're doing good. So there is some improvement in the twist of the spine. So that's very good.
Good.
What I really was impressed with, but I didn't get to compare them in the dark room, was to do side view, which came out great. This is called spondylolisthesis, where this slips forward.
Right.
That's actually, it's still slipping forward, but less, which is very remarkable.
Really?
Like they almost never go backwards.
Really?
Yeah. That's really good. The other thing that as people degenerate and get older, you tend to get more and more of the sacrum coming up. Yours actually appears to have gone down a few degrees as well.
And that's good too.
So yeah, like you're getting younger, not older in that one.
That's how I feel.
Good, but it's remarkable that after 11 years, because it's called degeneration because it goes downhill.
Right.
And you've actually gotten some improvement over 11 years rather than going the other way.
And this is during my 60s.
Right.
Yeah.
At that time of life, it's even more remarkable. And that just, you remember how hard I'd have to adjust this to get any movement? And you've got things going while I'm just pushing. From here to here, there's more movement that way. And if I twist, that's very good. How far do you go this way? Wow. That's really impressive.
Good.
I mean, you could have gone a little further and probably not all the way to your nose, but that's great. And let me roll your hip. It's something I started doing. That's really good too. In general, so far, just everything is a lot more movement than it used to.
Good. So just as a general matter, can you just give me a description of any change that has happened between, say, 7 years ago when it was the last time you saw me, to now, and did that meet with what you would have expected to happen? Or can you just give a general description?
Sure. Well, the X-rays, which were actually 11 years ago, there was actually some improvement, and
from then to now.
Right.
Okay.
And you have some degenerative changes in your spine, and just by the nature of something being degenerative, you expect it to get worse and worse. And you actually had some improvement in the X-rays of 11 years ago. And I last treated you about 7 years ago, and at that time, and I have said this before, you had one of the stiffest spines I've ever felt. And in examining you now, you have much more movement. I mean, not just a little more, a lot more movement, more springiness. That's my own term. It's not a scientific term.
Elasticity.
Elasticity, yeah. Like living things are springy and alive and they move.
Well, I feel much lighter on my feet.
Great, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Just
It's great. You watched the underwater video
yes.
of the therapy that Dr. Krista Alanji and I did a video of. And what have you ever seen or heard of that sort of therapy before?
No, I've heard of Watsu, which is massage in the water.
That's where it takes a therapist to.
Right.
You can't do it yourself.
Right.
So you would not have any qualms about me continuing with this?
No,
kind of.
and no, because you're getting better, younger, and just the nature of being in water. It's a safe environment. There's some ways that people can hurt themselves, and one of them would be, say, running. You know, I don't tell people not to run if they're already a runner, but I wouldn't recommend somebody, hey, you should start running because.
Yeah, that's really high impact. It's like your vertebrae are going like this with each other, right?
Right.
They're pounding together.
Exactly.
Whereas underwater, it's just like, it's flowing. Everything flows and nothing is pounded. Here's another way to think about this underwater experience. It's like getting an all-encompassing giant bear hug from someone you really love and who loves you in return. Let me explain what I mean. As we all know, if you are relaxed and receptive to a big hug, just the physical sensations alone that you experience from another body right up against your body can be absolutely wonderful. Now, remember that 75% of the human body is water. So, in effect, a good hug from another person brings one bag of water right up against another bag of water. Well, as you go down below the surface in warm water that's very close to the average temperature of the human body, if you relax and surrender to the experience, you will feel like you are being gently hugged over every square inch of your body. The hydrostatic pressure of the water gently pushes against you all over the entire outer surface of your body. So, the interior components of your body, again, mostly water, gently push back. So this wonderful interplay of water pressure takes place, with your skin in the middle. You have gentle flows and movements of water pushing back and forth against the skin from both inside and outside. So, needless to say, practicing this underwater technique is not just a therapeutic experience. When you really surrender to the water, it will also be an experience of great pleasure and intimacy. Much of the intimacy comes from the great clarity of the physical sensations that your nervous system is receiving and transmitting to your brain. And your brain, in turn, responds by sending back instructions to whatever part of your body that is experiencing the most tension and pain. In effect, you become an automaton. Your mind and your body merge into one, and you automatically begin to gently confront the pain and tension. You don't have to think much at all about how and what to move. Your brain gets all the signals it needs directly from that part of your body where the pain is coming from, and you automatically start to move in very precise ways that allow you to hook up with the pain. You walk with the pain. You play with the pain. You dance with the pain, all the while gently increasing the pressure on the pain. And when you reach the critical spot in your joint or your muscle or your connective tissue that is the cause of the pain, then wham, all of a sudden, a little bit of that pain and tension